Fraktion. Schön, dass Sie wieder da sind. Integriert ist John Stewart, Sprecher der Bürgerinitiativen auf europäischer Ebene. Herzlich willkommen, John.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak with you. Your protest is inspiring. I bring you the good wishes of all the airport campaigners in the UK and indeed across Europe. Your protest is sending important messages to governments all over Europe. We are told that if Heathrow doesn't expand, the flights will go to Frankfurt, or to Schiphol, or to Charles de Gaulle. When we stopped the third runway at Heathrow, we were told that the UK economy would suffer because businesses would go to cities like Frankfurt, where they said there is less opposition to airport expansion. Your great protests mean they can never, ever say that again. During the protests before the runway was built. It is amazing that the protests are still happening after the runway has been built. This is unprecedented. You are making history. I don't think there's ever been protests like this after a runway has been built anywhere in the world. It is, of course, the second time you have made history. The first big civil disobedience protests against new runways in Europe took place many decades ago when tens of thousands of people occupied the woods outside Frankfurt to try to stop the third runway. Now you are making history again. I am sure that the authorities are hoping that eventually you will stop your protests and stay at home on Monday night to never look after your garden or watch the television. Their strategy, the strategy of the authorities in any country, is to sit back and wait until the protesters get tired and frustrated and give up and go home. Don't let them win, my friends. However tired and frustrated you become, you have real power when you are standing here in this terminal defiance. You are because you are law-abiding citizens who simply refuse to go away. I arrived this afternoon on the train from Munich. I've been asked to go and speak with the campaigners there who are opposed to a third runway that airport wants to build. I read about the protests in Berlin as well. There is the possibility that with these protests happening all over Germany at the same time, you are in a position to put real pressure on the government and on the airports to move away from an aviation policy based on unlimited expansion and develop a new policy which takes account of the interests of the local residents and of the planet. In the UK, over the last 10 years, there were protests against airport expansion right across the country. These protests involved local residents, climate change campaigners, and politicians from all political parties. The result is that the new government in the UK is committed to building no new runways. Whoa! It could happen in Germany as well. What we are trying to develop in New Etna is a European movement against airport expansion. Later this year, we are hoping to have a conference of airport campaigners from across Europe. It is only when we come together that we will have the power to challenge the power of European governments and the aviation industry. City in Europe needs a new runway to ensure its economy continues to thrive. Aviation has a role to play, but in a world where climate change is threatening, where cheap oil is running out, and where local residents have had enough of the noise, it will be a diminished role. That is the reality. That is the future. Your message is a message of hope for the future. The fourth runway is a message of dark despair from the past. Keep proclaiming your message in word, song and dance in this terminal. It's inspiring. I wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Mainzer